All right, well, we are back for another week of the Fireside Tales with Indigo. Definitely excited to get into this session, whichever direction it goes. I'm very curious to see how this next little bit of the Sunken Citadel adventure plays out. Again, we are getting very near the end of this thing, and just getting inching closer and closer to this final confrontation. And I can't wait to get a full party wipe, fully engaged here. I mean, I'd never do anything of the sort like that to you guys. That'd be terrible. It is going to be fun. It is going to be fun for sure. So I think we will just go ahead and jump right into it. As a quick recap, these guys did explore a little bit deeper into the Citadel. They were able to get a text message. It's a weird thing to happen in the medieval days, but you know, magic is magic. So they were able to get further into the Citadel. They came across a room with some skeletons and a twig bite. Seemed to be doing some sort of a gardening effort, cleaning up some sort of a fire-damaged mess of vegetation in a room. They quickly dispatched these creatures and didn't find much of value, only more mystery. After that, they came across a statue that was hiding in a living shadow. An undead creature that will suck the essence out of the living and turn them also into shadows. The party quickly got to work on this creature, but sadly not before it was able to strike a telling blow against our favorite little goblin, and it kind of shook him to the core, as it were. Luckily, Gok was able to survive this attack, even though he doesn't quite feel the same as he did before he was struck by this creature. After that, they kind of pressed on into the dungeon and came across a small clutch of goblins that seemed to be guarding an entrance into some sort of underground cavern. They kind of dipped their toes into it before realizing that there was much more to this area than there seemed to be, and after a quick but brutal and bloody fight, they were able to dispatch these goblins. And that is kind of where we left off. They did see what looked to be quite a number of twig blights coming at them out of this underground grove. And then they heard some sort of laughter. Some sort of evil, maniacal, world-conquering laughter, or something of the sort. But that is where we left off last week, and we are going to pretty much pick up right there this week. So let's jump on over to the grove. Go ahead and find our characters.
I see nothing but darkness.
You should be all the way on the right side. In about the middle of the map.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's right, I was through a doorway.
So, Alardro, your vision is going to be restricted by the torch that Yin Yang is holding.
Glowing mushroom. I picked one of those up.
The glowing mushroom that Yin Yang is holding.
As soon as I discovered that the glow didn't drop when I clicked it, I was like, makeshift torch.
And these are the same mushrooms that you found in that room that you fought Dern in, that were growing out of the scraps, the mess, the leavings, the corpses that inhabited that chamber.
So I'm gonna kind of look over at Urki and Grybek and ask and be like, how are they looking in terms of power? Because me and Ratul aren't feeling the greatest right now. Ratul much worse than I, but we both took a few heavy hits in that battle.
At the edges of your visions, you guys can see what these moving figures seem to be coming closer, but it looks like they're stopping at a certain point and kind of just standing there massing, menacingly, looking as though they want to advance, but something seems to be stopping them from doing so.
Oh, I still can't see anything.
I'll go ahead and forewarn everybody. When I ran in here to try to stop the one goblin from getting away, there are some traps afoot. I managed to dodge a tripwire, but I still managed to set off an alarm. Everybody heard that, obviously, but I'm just letting people beware there could be some snares and other various traps in the area.
Alardro, you should be able to see the light that Yin Yang is giving off.
I cannot. I can't even see anything on the map.
Oh, you gotta find the part that we are on the map.
Far right middle.
If you shift,
far right.
if you shift ping, it'll drag him to where you can.
That too.
Can you see that torch?
No, I can't see anything. I found my token. I can see the pings. I can't see anything else though.
How about now?
There. I can see now.
So you can see the torchlight?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. In your bear form, you wouldn't be able to hold a torch yourself, so you'll have to rely on his
Yeah.
light. We'll have to rig some sort of a candle on the top of your head or something. Make a little bear helmet. So, you do see that these things do seem to be kind of stopping and massing. You can kind of see more movement in the distance. What would you guys like to do in this moment?
Any of you guys have oil?
Now would be a great time to have a potion of fire breathing.
Sadly, that was already used.
I mean, I do have something that can deal fire damage to 3 people.
Let's
Ratul,
save
you have-
that for the big guy. Can I actually? I'm just gonna go ahead and take the glowing mushroom, and I want to chuck it as far as I can, close to all these twigs, to put some light there. I'll light a torch and then throw the mushroom towards them to light up the area in front of them.
Okay. Go
Can I
ahead
come through
and
the
roll
door?
a acrobatics.
Oh no! What a way to start the fucking night! Oh man!
Oh no.
Nat 1, but for a 6. So-
Okay.
Had 1 in 20 chance to be a loser.
It's true.
Hey, at least I didn't get punched in my sour guts by a shadow.
Ouch.
Well, that's true, but
Ouch.
I didn't start off the game with a natural 1 this time.
Low blows. Low blows, guys. So, with the natural one, you light the torch, and as you go to throw the mushroom, the kind of the way you're holding the torch, it actually the flame kind of just quickly burns your hand for a second, and you drop the torch and as you're going to throw the mushroom, and it kind of throws off your aim, and the mushroom hits against the wall over here, and that kind of makes it break apart into a bunch of little pieces, and it kind of spreads across the floor, and then ends up not really providing the light that it had before. And as you're kind of recovering from being off balance, you actually step on the torch and break the head off of it, the burning part of it. Take a 1 point of damage to your foot, and that torch is now useless.
Son of a mother! Ow! God damn it!
Just as a question, because for some reason I think it deleted what I put in. We got the flask like very early on. Does anyone remember what that was?
I believe me and you found a vial of alchemist fire each.
Yeah, no, but I had
Oh wait, I
specifically.
found a little vial of something. Is that what you're talking about?
No, specifically early. I think it was back when we faced the first skeletons in the Elven tomb. There was a crystalline flask with something in it, and I know I put it on my sheet, but it appears to have disappeared. Description: I just have crystal flask, and I know it's from when we first fought skeletons that were in Elven crypts way earlier. Just
Alright.
wondering if any of you guys remember what that is.
No.
It's the same time we found the Durgar whistle.
I don't know what you're talking.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I don't remember what that was.
Just seems that my description has disappeared because Roll20 likes to do that sometimes.
I am looking it up real quick.
Other than that, I know we lost fire. That's why I asked if we had any oil so we could spread the flames.
Did you guys have I think you guys did do a identifier of some sort.
Yes, we did that for sure.
That in that flask was a potion of fire resistance.
Oh, fire resistance, not fire breathing. Ah, that's not a bitch.
Well, I guess I'm still also going to bring up to Grybek and Erky if they could help me and Ratul out a little bit.
Yes,
Get
I
him,
would be
please.
happy to. Oh, well, of course. Let's see. On. Oof. He's already down to just one spell. Grybek is going to heal Ratul.
Can I grab a torch, drink from my drinking horn, and then spew fire breath?
I mean, I would say it would do like 1d4 damage. And you'd have to roll something. Yeah, so you get that many points back, Ratul. And then you see Grybek kind of, looks around at the party. He says, it's the last of the healing spells I can cast today.
Oh boy.
This is not good.
Erky does step up though. He says, "Oh, well, I've got a couple left. Here you go, big man."
I say give it to the big man. I'm pretty good at dodge, but I'm still pretty beat up.
He kind of gets done healing Ratul and kind of looks over at you with a smile. You're a very brave lad. But here you go.
I'm gonna start nuzzling Yin Yang, trying to let him know that I'll get him when I'm.
Okay. As you
Or
do,
just reassuring that I have him.
he actually does with that 5 healing. He reaches over and kind of touches Yin Yang on the elbow. He says, "We've all got a long ways to go in this fight." So you get 5 back on Yin Yang. Then the first, the 5 and the 8 are on Ratul. So 13 total.
And these twig blights don't seem to be advancing at all. They're just staying put.
They seem to be kind of massing just past where it seemed like you were. Some sort of mystical energy seemed to trance an area.
Yeah, there's twig blights. Let's take him out. Alandro's currently a giant bear.
I can also, I guess I'll go ahead and just burn another torch, light up another one, and attempt to throw it ahead so we have some light, because we don't know what they're doing ahead of it. It's dark. So I guess I'll turn it again to throw a torch. But actually, I want to throw it at that bush and see if I can't set it on fire and turn it into a giant torch.
Which bush?
Actually, you know what? I'm dumb. I'm not gonna do that. If they're just staying put, I'm gonna walk up and light that thing on fire with the torch.
That works too.
Yeah, I mean, either one work.
Okay. So you walk up to the plant. You don't need to roll anything for that. You walk up and you just stick the torch into the branch. So you're lighting another torch then. So one you were holding went out when you dropped it, when you rolled the one.
Yeah. I lit up another one and went up the tree and just set it on fire to try to light up the whole room. Because I imagine a giant burning bush is giving off more light than a torch.
Okay. Let's make that a thing.
What do I see? There. I mean, I see them massing, but what does it look like they're doing?
1 second.
So far, they're massing and they're being held back by some type of mystical barrier, but they seem like they're aggressive.
You want to come join me at my back? Oh, Alardro already has, but the rest of you can join us. Looks like these things are up this something.
I mean, I'm fine over here. I got a pretty long range on one of my abilities. I feel pretty good.
How's that look? That should be more.
Yep, it is. Significantly.
No.
And even more. That's a lot of light.
How far does it go? I can't tell.
I mean, I can kind of see them, but now I see all of them, and it kind of terrifies me.
Is that too many lights?
Nope, I think we're
Giving you too much info. How far is that going? Like to here?
Yeah.
Okay. So you definitely can see that, and then you also are seeing, more movement beyond that. And you start seeing others coming out of the darkness, the dim light at the edge.
Guys, we've got a problem.
You do see the ones here actually kind of shying away from the burning bush, however. You can tell that they definitely do not like the fire.
You want to?
So, I mean, honestly, at this point, should we roll initiative since they're aggressive, or...
If you're going in there, then definitely.
Well, I mean, I was gonna throw a dart once I see these things. I know they've attacked us before, so I was gonna throw a dart at them.
Okay. Go ahead and throw your dart, and then we'll start initiative. All right. Roll that damage. Why is it still?
Full
I tried to
damage.
turn off the. The tiebreaker to initiative stuff. Does not seem to.
On the character sheet and the options, you can choose to add the dexterity modifier or tiebreaker. It's in the little setting.
Yeah, it went in and turned them off for everybody, but it's still doing it. It's all good. All right. So we're gonna fight this out. Let's just do this, guys. Twig Blights. Okay. Let's do.
With my dart reach him just fine, uninhibited, doesn't hit anything along the way.
What now?
My dart, did it make purchase on the twig blight, or did it something seem to get in its way, or what?
No, it, what'd you roll there? 18, yeah. Yeah, that definitely hit. Roll the
Okay.
damage on that.
It did, it was 4.
Okay.
And I'll hit.
Alright. As soon as it hits into like the heart of the twig blight, you see it kind of like crack down the middle and it just kind of splits. And just kind of snaps, and you see it just kind of fall into a couple of pieces. These creatures do not seem to be very durable. There's just a lot of them. So, at 18, Alardro will be first.
Well, Alardro's, seeing as these things are quite easy to beat, kind of just walks through and takes a swipe at this one.
Okay, where are you walking through? Okay. So as soon as you get to there, right here, all of a sudden you feel this force. It seems to start tugging at your paw. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
Going here, did that?
No,
Or going here?
no, the first one.
Okay,
Right.
this one?
Right.
I wasn't there. Went from here to here.
As soon as you step into this space here, you trigger it.
Oh, I see. Let me roll that dex save.
Okay. Alright, that 11 is not quite going to be enough. So as you start advancing towards these twig blights, you feel this thing grab onto your left forepaw. And as it does, it actually just yanks what would be your arm up into the air, and you feel your body starting to get tugged up with it. All of your weight being on that one limb. So, that is going to leave you with the restrain status.
Gotcha.
Okay. Gok, you see this just up ahead
It
of
says
you.
I can make at the end of my turn another dexterity saving throw.
Not on the round, at the end of your next turn.
It just says the restrained creature makes a dexterity save or throw with disadvantage at the end of each of its turns.
Yeah. Well,
Is that future? It just says it doesn't say future turns.
I know, but this is the round that it affected you. You're not going to get 2 saves automatically.
Okay. I'm gonna Eldritch Bolt this guy here. I can.
Okay. Go for it.
Well, maybe I'll move a little bit forward. Like there. And then do it.
All right.
Does a 15 do anything, sir?
A 15 will definitely hit these guys.
Yeah.
And look at you.
Yeah, look at that.
You got a kabla blah.
I didn't hit an ally with it, hurrah!
Yin Yang, you see this purplish blast leap past your shoulder as the magical energy bursts into this twig blight. For
Kinda
10
twig
force
blight.
damage, you see it just like explode into splinters as this purplish force energy blasts right through it. Getting pretty good at this, Gok.
I'm making up for the first part of having this ability. I did nothing.
That's
Or
true.
hurt other people.
That's true. Is that going to be the end of your turn, sir?
Yeah, that's what I like to do.
Okay. Brasnic. Seems to be an interesting situation going on here.
And come right here. And dip an arrow and fire. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah. Fire at that guy. Since he's hiding over in the corner.
Okay. What's the range?
It's a short bow, so
30 feet?
80 to 20.
Is it 80?
That's one way to start off the night.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to hit.
It hurt a lot.
Does the fire make any difference?
Yeah, I definitely do like an additional 1d4.
Would a crit 2d4?
Yeah. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, this
16.
thing, like, definitely explodes into splinters. Even more than Gok's.
Good idea, boy. Lighting the tree on fire. It's real helpful. Alright, that's as much as I can do, pretty much.
I thought as much. There are.
Okay, Yin Yang.
Alright. So, seeing this, I'm gonna kind of take advantage and see if I can't cut off their advance. I'm gonna step over next to Alardro, and is gonna take an action to set this up.
What are you trying to do?
Set this other one on fire now.
No, it'd probably take like a bonus action. But as soon as you step in that space right there, you feel something grabbing at your ankles. Go ahead and roll that dexterity feat.
Can do this? Oh no.
Oh no. You also find yourself being hoisted into the air, sir.
Alright, I'll use my action to dodge. Kind of just hang upside down, stare at them, and adopt a stance.
Okay. Okay. So you are also going to be restrained, my friend. But you are dodging while you're restrained? It's
Yeah, I
like,
mean, I still have my action. It's pretty much, I'm just trying to cancel the advantage they would get. Just-
okay. It's like the guy in the straitjacket that can somehow still fight people.
pretty much.
Okay. So these twig blights are definitely... you did manage to get the torch into the bush. As you were getting yanked up in the air, you just kind of like dropped it. And it did manage to set that one ablaze as well. This twig blight here is just kind of recoiling in fear you do see these guys starting to kind of move over. The other one's not going to get close enough, but this one does definitely try to attack you as you're suspended in the air. So 15 gonna hit you.
No.
Okay. So you do manage to kind of twist your body, you kind of arc your back as it's swinging in at you, and kind of get yourself to swing away from the creature. You can see other twig blights seem to be moving up in mass.
I'm really happy I lit these trees on fire now.
Totally. Yeah.
Does the rest of the party know that they can get us down from the restraint?
I mean, they haven't tried.
I mean, I just kind of assumed that the giant bear would be able to get out of there. But if you need help, yeah.
In the players may know that information, but these characters
That's what I'm
may have
asking.
never. I mean,
You guys-
if they've ever experienced a snare spell before, maybe.
Gotcha.
I was gonna say, if you guys were not clearly restrained by something, I don't know what to do.
So, definite movement all around the map. These creatures are converging upon you. Okay. Not to sound terrifying or morbid or anything. Red Tool, the big monster. Okay. As you move forward and you step into this square, sir, you too must roll a dexterity save. Yes, sir.
Man. Okay, Brasnic, we need to help these guys get out of this.
Oh, as you feel the energy like grabbing at your ankle, as it does so, you kind of like stomp your foot so hard that the vibrations of it just seem to disrupt the magical energy as it kind of just seems to quiver a bit, and then it just slowly dissipates away from your might. Nice work. Oh shit, I just deleted Red Tool. Fuck.
No!
God damn it.
The wrath of the GM god. He flew too close to the sun.
You evaded my shit. God
Does
damn it.
snare just? It looks like snare stops when it's triggered. Does it? Is there like 6? Is this like whole area like has an infinite snare on it?
You don't know. Okay. You can get one attack in. Oof. Sadly, you're just a little thrown off by the attack as you stumble forward. You kind of lash out. You strike against some of the branches, but it seems to be ineffective. Okay. Oof. That one's gonna hit for sure. Alright. As you swing back with a mighty fist, it easily shatters through these feeble branches, decimates the creature. Alright. Okay. Oh, I accidentally deleted your initiative as well. I think that was 12, right? Oh no. What was your initiative? Damn it! It's fucking Grybek's turn. Okay. Alright, so Grybek is going to step in, since he just be a wee little wolf. He's going to come into here, and seeing that these things seem to be affected by fire, he's going to cast Sacred Fire. Oh man, this twig blight is very dexterous. So the flame does come down from the sky, but this one here is able to just very nimbly, for a twig creature, move out of the way of this thing as it strikes the earth. Kind of gets itself settled again next to Retul. Urky Timbers is also going to step up next to his fellow cleric, and he is going to cast that Sacred Flame. He's lower on this one. Man. As another strike comes down from the heavens, the twig blight again is able to somehow manage to dodge this flame, realizing that its death is imminent if it is to be struck by this holy radiant fire. Sadly, both of the clerics are ineffective in their attacks. Alardro, so you are going to get a chance to get out of this thing again as soon as your turn is over.
Okay. Limitation is not high enough.
It should be the 14, right?
No, it says a disadvantage. When you're restrained, you have disadvantage on dexterity saves.
Oh, you're right. Saving throw with disadvantage right there. Okay, yeah, sadly that aid is not going to quite be enough. You are trying to, like, wiggle your body, trying to just, like, yank your paw free, but it definitely seems to have a very strong magical grip upon you. Is there anything else you'd like to try to do?
Well, that was the end of my turn. Oh, I would have dodged as my main action.
Okay.
Other than that, that's all I would have done.
Mr. Sour Gut.
Okay. I mean, I think everything's okay. No, I'm just gonna shoot this twig blight that's right near Red Tool right now after I
Okay. It's that
move
same
a
one
little
both
bit.
the clerics were trying to get on.
Yeah, but you see, they don't have my jazz hands.
They are not Gok Sour Gut. You're right.
Which I'm going to do while shooting my Eldritch Blast, by the way.
Okay.
Sparkly jazz hands. 16.
That is
Assuming
like,
definitely hits.
that is like your sparkly effects. All right, yeah, that 16 is definitely going to hit as you like step forward and you do your jazz hands. Like it just kind of comes out of the palm of your hand and strikes out and destroys the creature into oblivion again. As both the clerics kind of look over at you, kind of side eye.
Gonna still give my jazz hands. Jazzing on them.
All right.
That's even a thing. I made it a thing. Okay. Can end my turn doing my jazzing. And maybe do some little sparkly confetti stuff, you know.
It is now a thing. You reach into your vest and pull out your little hidden stash of confetti as you throw it out, and then do your jazz hands again.
Perfect. I'll end my turn on it.
Okay. Brasnic. You feel some confetti land on your shoulder.
Confetti?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
You turn back and you see Gok Sour Gut doing jazz hands.
It's not the time, guys. Time.
I mean, you know, it was in the spur of the moment.
Alright, repeat of my last turn, dip in the fire and fire off the guy back here.
Way back there? Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
14?
14 should hit. It does hit.
One D4. For total 11.
So, not quite as much of an obliteration this time as the arrow hits into it. It does set it aflame like the last one did. It doesn't quite become the instant bonfire, but it does definitely race up the creature, and as it kind of starts patting at itself, and this weird, like, hissing shriek kind of issues out of it as it falls over and kind of like shakes a couple of times before finally being consumed by the flames.
Yeah, and then 1, 2, and the cunning action to hide.
Okay, go ahead and roll that stealth.
Oh.
Ooh, okay, you feel like you're being very stealthy.
I broke down a sight. That should totally be alright.
Yin Yang, you are upside down and restrained right now.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try a dart. I know it's a disadvantage, but still.
Okay.
Yes.
So you pull out, you're reaching to pull the dart out of your outfit, you know, where you kind of keep them. As you do so, your elbow kind of hits Red Tool's shoulder, and since you're kind of hanging upside down and kind of out of control a little bit, that actually puts you into a spin a little bit. As you go to throw the dart, it actually just kind of pings off of this rock over here and comes back and hits the bear. It doesn't do enough to do damage, but it definitely kind of sticks into the fur.
Sorry. And I'll try to break out of the thing.
Okay.
$11.
It's against the spell DC. Okay, so you fight against this force, but it does seem to still be holding on to you.
I'm just gonna start make frustrated groans as I'm literally trying to break it free and don't see a rope to untie, so I'm getting more agitated.
Okay. Alright, so this one is going to step forward and take a swing at you. Steps forward. It's going to swing at Ratul. And you see a bunch more of these things rushing out of darkness. I stirred up a bee's nest.
Well, we only really had the one path in front of us.
Okay, so one on Yin Yang, be the first one. 17 inches, sir. Oh, yeah, they have advantage anyway, so. 17 is going to hit, so you do take that 5 damage. As you're kind of hanging upside down, you see it kind of coming in as the branches kind of snap. As it reaches up towards you, you feel the wooden claws kind of dig into your shoulder. As it does so, it kind of like just swipes a little bit, and you feel your body start spinning around in a circle as this bright spray of blood kind of arcs out away from you.
Yeah.
And they have advantage to hit. No, they don't have advantage to hit you, so I'm assuming a 9 misses you, Ratu. So it kind of like steps in and tries to take a swing at you, but you kind of just get your arm in the way as it kind of scrapes across the chains that are surrounding your fist and your forearm. And then it is the big orc's turn. Definitely an invasive species. Oof. Alright, you swing out with the hammers. And again, in the backswing, you like kind of give it like this big back fist. And as the back fist misses, you just come back around with momentum and just give it a straight overhand shot. Delivers it right to the creature's face. Just kind of smashing the whole kind of wooden structure that's there and just leaving this like hole on top of a wooden body-shaped massive brambles. So the creature dies. You gonna move at all, or are you gonna stay where you are? Okay. Staying in there next to the upside down monk. Grybek is going to take another shot with that sacred flame. Now 1 point of damage. These clerics are not on point today. Okay. It's going to be 2 points of damage on this one. You see this holy radiance kind of come down, and it strikes the twig blight that just took a swipe at you, Yin Yang. You see it instantly, like it sparks a little bit, and you don't really think it's going to do that much damage to the creature, but all of a sudden it starts to catch flame, and you can see that it has been set on fire.
I'm gonna tell you go back to Grybek. Be the meat shield you're supposed to be.
Then Arky steps up. Oops. That's the 11. Not the crit. So you see behind it this one actually just completely just explodes with this divine energy. You see this fire come down and it just hits this twig blight and just annihilates it. And Erky kind of like looks at the explosion and then looks over at Grybek with just like a little bit of pride.
Dang.
Taking out that evil nature magic. He's feeling good about it. Speaking of taking out evil nature magic, we have a druid with a mission over here.
So it looks like I know the spell snare. So because I know it, I'm assuming I know how to stop it.
Sure.
So I'm going to attempt to, on my action, try and use the Arcana check to get Yin Yang out of it.
Okay, go for it. I like that. Mm.
And that didn't work.
You feel like you do have the understanding of the magic and how it works. It was just seemed to be slightly the weave of the magic was just a little bit different than what you were expecting, and you feel like it is something that you could do, but you just didn't quite get it right that time.
Okay. And I will try, at the end of my turn, attempt to escape.
Okay, go for it, bud.
It was hard in the bear form.
So did you go back to your human form? Or your...
No, I didn't.
Okay. Still not quite. That first one would have got you out. Okay. So yeah, you're with trying to control the magic. It just distracted you enough that you weren't quite able to get yourself free. Gok.
Okay.
This one here is definitely going to have probably like 3/4 cover because you got a bear and a yin yang in front of you.
I wasn't gonna shoot him.
Okay.
I was gonna move in a slightly better position to where I am though. Okay, so move. Actually, yeah, I think just there. Alright. And I'm going to shoot at this guy.
Alright.
And do my jazz hands again.
Jazz hands ink. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that was nearly a crit. Man. But, 23.
That's definitely going to be a hit, and that is definitely going to be more than enough damage to turn another one of these things into splinters.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw out some more of that.
You look
like,
over.
Yeah.
You look over and you see Brasnic trying to hide, but failing utterly.
Okay, I'm gonna just. I'm just gonna say, this is the best moment of my life. Yes. And I'll end my turn on that now.
Okay.
It's just sad.
Brasnic, more confetti lands on you.
Getting tired of confetti.
Who can be tired of confetti? Brasnic.
I'm gonna go over here real quick. Dip and fire. This guy.
Alright, give it a shot.
18?
That is going to hit.
I'm probably wasn't hitting enough to get the actual sneak attack bonus of that.
No. That is going to be more than enough damage as again another arrow finds its mark and the creature bursts into flames shortly afterwards.
Alright. And go ahead and move right here.
Alright.
I'm done.
And try and hide behind the big orc.
Mm-hmm. The wall didn't work out so well.
Okay, Yin Yang.
I'll thank Alardro for trying to get me out, and then pretty much I'm just gonna headbutt Twig Blight.
Okay. So you're kind of spinning around with the momentum of the blow that it just gave you, and as you're kind of spinning around, you kind of arc your back and just kind of rear backwards and wait. As the timing comes around, you lash out, smash it with your forehead, and as you collide with the creature, you can tell its whole like wooden kind of facial structure area just seems to smash into splinters as it kind of flies backwards in a pile of sticks and branches.
Yeah, that's what you get, bloody weed. Try to get out of the.
Okay. Boom. Okay, so yeah, as you're kind of, you smash it with your forehead, and as you do so, you kind of just give your foot another yank, and you feel the magic kind of slip again, kind of familiar to the last time you were able to escape it, and you know instantly that you've managed to wriggle yourself free again as you pull your foot free of the magical energy and drop down to the ground, cat-like.
Okay. And then, kinda gonna just, I need to step away from this fire before it starts hurting me. I'll get like,
Okay.
right there. I'll just walk pretty much around Ratul and then just straight over there.
Okay. So as you step right here, you feel magical energy close around your ankle. Go ahead and roll a dexterity feat. Feel yourself yanked up into the air again as another snare has grabbed a hold of you.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cave in this dude's skull when we get there.
Snare seems like a super powerful spell.
But it doesn't hurt you.
Yeah, they just hang out until they're triggered too, so that's pretty okay.
There's another version of it that was put in Xanathars that's a little less broken.
Okay. But right now, we need to save you guys.
At least it's only Twig Blight that we're fighting. So.
Yeah. It was a lot of twig blights, though.
Well, you know, you gotta balance it out one way or the other.
That's true. But, I mean, we killed a lot of them, to be fair.
That's why you had to fight goblins on rats in a fog cloud.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Without the fog cloud, they wouldn't have been that tough.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not tough for me. I've killed like 3 of them. I've just stayed in the back. Talking about, like, everybody else must have moved to the front.
Gok's finally having his day. Gibbity blah blah, gibbity blah blah. Ha ha ha.
This is the great. I mean, this makes up for all of the crap that happened through the first part of this and the middle part.
Pretty much every moment up until now.
Yes, pretty much every moment up until now. Doesn't matter. It matters that I'm in this moment.
Hey, we're living the dream, buddy. We're living the dream. All right, Yin Yang. So you are restrained again, my friend.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn. I can't really see anything from right. I mean, I can see the other troop. He's too far for me to really try to hit him. So
you do see this swarm of twig blights rushing in at you, however.
Did you hear me? I said I'd use my action to dodge.
Yep, go for it. Are there still more of these things? You guys are fucked.
Thank you. Thank you so much, the GM.
Just kidding.
It's like there's like 30 more in the back. I mean,
I'm not
you know.
kidding. There's more of these things. Don't worry, nothing but love for you guys.
Yeah. Oh, that hit though. Awesome.
I mean, I wasn't expecting all of them to attack you, but you guys are just getting real here. This druid is going to be so upset when he sees what you've done to all of his children.
Well, look, we'll just blame it on Yin Yang, okay? The go-to.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, your first actions, actually all 3 times, have been misses. But that second hit, you're getting real good on the back fist. And that, I guess, was on this guy here. Okay. Definitely turned another one into flying splinters. If these things were not mostly mindless automatons, they would probably not just keep rushing at this triangle. Is that going to be the end of your turn, sir? Brasnic and Ratul, go ahead and roll perception checks. And actually, Gok, go ahead and do that as well.
Oh, okay.
I can like smell things as a bear.
Okay.
I have a smell sense. Keen smell.
Gok, you're the only one that noticed this, but you kind of saw what Alardro was doing, and even though he was in his bear shape when he was trying to do it, you could see the gestures and understand them well enough to understand how he was trying to affect the magic that works these traps. Is Snare on your spell list?
On mine?
Yeah. For
No.
Warlock?
Well,
Are you sure about that?
don't know for a warlock, but it's not on my spell list.
I think if it's on your spell list.
It's only for druid, rangers, and wizards, and the artificer for the Xanath Artist version. For the original version, it's only for druid, rangers, and wizards.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
Then
got
no.
nothing there then.
Okay. You do kind of recognize what it is that he's trying to do with that, and you feel like you might be able to do some sort of a counter spell sort of a thing with this magic as well. Just as an FYI sort of a thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So Grybek is going to rush in to the gap. Straight to here, and he is going to take a swing at this twig blight. Easily hits. You see him smash this thing into pieces. How's that for rush at the gap? He kind of
Pretty good.
yells back towards Yin Yang.
Come on. Damn traps.
Let's see. Erky stops and looks around a little bit. There do seem to be an awful lot of traps around here. Ugh. Well, I don't know if that's good enough, Erky. Erky, I just don't know if that's good enough, buddy. Nope. Sadly, that is not good enough. He went 1, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to go to there, and he is also going to take a swing at a twig blight. Very impressed by his dwarven cleric comrade. He steps in, takes a swing, but sadly He swings at the twig blight, and he's like, "Oh!" As he, just unused to combat. Even he's not a dwarf. Let's be real. He's hits the twig blight, but it kind of like just shrugs off the blow in a way that it makes him step to here, and you suddenly see Erky start to get yanked upwards as well. But somehow Erky manages to avoid the trap. Wow. Okay, well that's just dumb luck right there. I'm just gonna call it that. He accidentally stumbles into the trap, rolling a not one. And then he fucking passes it. So that trap was triggered and then it's dissipated, so that's gone now.
That'll do, Timbers.
Right? Better lucky than good, goddammit. Okay. Alardro.
So the revised version of the spell from Zenithar's, you says a restrained creature can, alternatively the creature or someone else can make the intelligence check. Are we using the unearthed version or the new version?
Just the way it's written.
Okay. Then I guess I'm going to dodge and go to the end of my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll that dex feed. Let's get you out of this thing. Yeah, it just really has a hold on you. Gok. See your bear friend struggling with this thing.
Although the urge for personal glory
Outweighs your friend's
has
need.
risen within Gok, you realize it would probably be a better asset to have our fuzzy friend get his fuzzy butt from being tangled by vines right now.
Okay.
So I'll just walk. There. Does that work, or do I have to get closer to like the
No, that's
square Okay, so I Arcana check. Right?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
We'll make that a thing.
Well, I don't know, 'cause I don't have counterspell.
Sorry.
Part of the spell says if you make an Arcana check, you can just end it. It's like messing with
Okay.
this.
I'll just do that then.
Okay.
Wow.
So Gok comes over as you've been struggling with this thing for a number of seconds now. As Gok comes over, you see the weave of magic, and this is something that is kind of a newer experience for you. You've seen the weave of magic when you're casting your own spells, but now you're starting to notice it in the spells of others as well. Almost a more intimate and familiar understanding of what goes into crafting spells and just the essence and the weave itself. You kind of see this energy around the limb of the bear, and as you kind of reach out with your hand, you find that you're actually able to manipulate this energy. And as you start to waggle your fingers, then your gnarled and crooked fingers, they seem to be affecting the magic even from this distance, and you're able to kind of unweave it enough for the bear to finally drop down to the ground and release himself. Be released by the intervention of the Gok.
I'm gonna use my free action to say, wow, that actually worked? I mean, of course, I'm an expert user of the magic arts. Ha ha ha. You just go get him, big guy. Yeah, just go in there.
Okay.
He's still a bear, so
Yeah,
it
that's
makes
true. Brasnic.
Give a big sloppy wet kiss.
Oh
I think I'll drop the bow and get back to dagger work.
Okay.
Or short sword work, actually. Say dagger work, short sword. Short sword! 12?
As you stab out at the creature, your sword does go into the creature's body kind of area, but it seems to like stab in between some of the branches. As you pull the thrust back out, it doesn't seem to have damaged the creature.
That sucks. Well, that's what I can do.
Okay, you're gonna stay there?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Yin Yang. You're upside down again, dude.
Yeah. Well, I guess I might as well. Can I a perception check to see if I see any more of these? Well, no, I'm not magical. I can't do that. Not understand magic. Nope. I'll attack the blood.
Roll an intelligence check. No.
Nope.
Definitely do not seem to. You're just too disoriented, kind of spinning around in the air.
So is that my action or?
No.
All right, I'll pop the twig blight.
Okay. Roll with disadvantage. Okay. So as you're kind of spinning around, you're kind of giving it a look around, you just kind of notice the twig blight out of the corner of your eye, and you just kind of snap a back fist out, just kind of on impulse. You definitely, smash into the creature and break enough of those branches that it seems to kind of quiver a little bit in place and then just slowly falls over to the ground.
You know what? I think I'm learning how to fight like this. I'll try to get out of the snare.
Okay. Oh.
What is with me and ones tonight? I think that's like the fourth or fifth one.
Yeah,
I feel like I
1 in
took
20
all your
chance
good rolls,
to-
Yin Yang. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not good. You accidentally grapple Ratul while you're swinging around. Ratul's like, this fucking party!
It's not me, it's the magic.
Yeah, so basically, like, as you're flailing around, after you punch the twig blight, it kind of, like, just swings you over, and it does kind of entangle you up with Ratul a little bit. Obviously, you don't actually have him grappled, but you are definitely kind of, in his space and kind of in commingled as you kind of bump up against him. And that's the end of your turn, sir?
Yep. I really hate this guy.
Ratul, you have a yin yang just all over you. Which one? You mean like the bush or these twig blights down here? Oh, I deleted, I must have deleted the one that was the initiative guy, sorry about that. Good call, thank you for that. Let me fix that real quick. What just happened? What was Yin Yang's initiative?
Mine's 16, I think the blights were 12.
Yeah, the lights were 12.
You were the same as Brasnic?
No, Brasnic got 16.
Wow, it automatically updates now, that's weird. I think Yin Yang was before Brasnic though. Oh no, Brasnic was right after Gok, you're right. Okay. Anyway, it is the Twiglight's turns, so they are going to go right before Retul. Thank you for catching that. I accidentally deleted that Twiglight. That was the turn marker there. I'm going to delete these guys as well, but none of them are the turn markers. I'm safe. There is definitely quite a collection of parts at this point. Branches laying around everywhere. As another wave crashes upon you all. It's like the long night scene in Game of Thrones. Just hit.
Does that mean we're gonna have an Arya who comes out of nowhere to stab the druid? Then, hopefully?
Depends on how far we get here tonight.
Well, that is true.
Alright. I mean, if you guys just get swarmed by Twiglights, what are you gonna do? Luckily, so far, these druids are just, or these clerics are just using their low-level spells. Same with that warlock, so hopefully you guys are saving some of that big magic. Because you just might need it. Alright, so, we're gonna get one attack on Brasnic, one attack on Yin Yang, one attack on Retul, and then 2 attacks on Grybek. So, Brasnic. There's a 13 hit.
Nope.
Okay. Let's go on Yin Yang with advantage. Oh, were you dodging again?
No, I punched the twig light in front of me.
Okay. So let's roll that with advantage. Oh. Oh. 5 points. Definitely a hit. As you feel another arc of bright blood spray out from your chest. It kind of like scratches from, almost like your diaphragm cuts across one of your pecs and then up the side of your neck a little bit.
I look like I'm about to pass out. I'm conscious, but barely. I have 1 hit point.
Okay. 1 attack on Retul is going to miss. And let's go 2 attacks on the dwarf. Ooh. Okay. So this first one does hit the dwarf for 3 points damage. This second one, however, when it tries to attack, it actually hits the shield and somehow manages to swipe over at this twig blight and just tears through the bark, the woody exterior of this one, and actually takes it out. So now we are at Retul. It's your turn, sir. More punchies. Let's do this. Hey, he hit on the first hit this time. Okay, so this one is definitely smashed into branches and smithereens. And then you're going to attack a second time on the one in front of Yin Yang. That one is also going to hit as the big monster starts weaving a path of destruction for these fragile creatures.
Are you going to move forward?
You're going to stay where you are, sir? You said and. There's a big bush right there. I'm gonna move to there. He doesn't have no spells. Okay. He's just gonna swing at that one he's fighting. Oh, smash. You see him, he just smashes this one, almost like it's an afterthought. He just like lashes out with his hammer, and he's already turning away from the creature almost before he's hit. And he turns over and looks at Erky and he says, "Heal the monk, now!"
Is he gonna move at all?
He is gonna move, actually. You see him move forward, and he actually, as he's moving forward here, as he's slamming his hammer on his shield, almost like he's trying to attract attention from these creature, and he starts chanting out in a loud dwarven war chant as he goes to face his enemy.
And like any good dwarf, I join in. Doesn't love a good dwarven war chant.
Let's see. Erky is going to move. He is going to step away, which is going to draw an opportunity attack. Which misses. As he comes around this flaming bush here, over to you, Yin Yang. And he reaches out and he kind of steadies you. Your body is just kind of flailing at this point. You're kind of like limply hanging upside down. So he reaches over and he just kind of touches you on your shoulder and heals you for that 7 points. As you feel strength kind of returning to you, you kind of see him withdraw his hand, the priestly magic fading.
I owe you a fire grog when we get out of here. So a little tiredly, like I've come back from like near death a couple times today. I'm a little tired.
Yeah, for sure. Alardro.
Can I move? Can I move here?
Yeah.
And squeeze through here.
Next to Erky, sure.
Okay, so I'll go here, 10 feet of movement, and then I assume it takes extra movement to move past. So while I'm here, I'm going to try and undo Yin Yang's thing. Okay. I'll try and get him out.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, that is enough. Even in your bear form, you kind of like growl, and you feel that the nature magic emanating from you kind of washes over Yin Yang, and just almost like a soothing balm, like a summer breeze, just kind of washes away the magic of the snare. And you can feel when your magic collides with this energy that it is it is a an eldritch, it is an arcane sort of magic, but you can tell that it almost feels like it's been twisted by like an evil presence, some kind of evil nature sort of a presence.
I'm going to continue my movement, so that was 10 plus 5, so it's 15. So that brings me up to 30. I believe I have 40 movement? Yeah, 40 movement, so I'll give Grybek a little backup over here.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, as the big bear approaches. Gok, what would you like to do?
I kind of want to shoot that twig blight that's alive over here, but I feel like I'd have to get into a better spot.
Yeah, you probably want to do
Okay, maybe like. Can I see? What about here? Would I be able to?
Yeah.
Okay, that would work. I'll do that. And I'm going to use my jazz hands.
Okay. Blast it. Roll that damage.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
As you blast another one of these, your personal glory meter is almost maxed out.
I can feel it is. And I'm gonna say, ha! Is this what this is? Is this all this druid's got? This overgrown nature? What do, the druids usually like, exactly? Guys? And I'm gonna end my turn on that.
Okay. I'm so glad you said that. You had to ask.
Yin just kind of stares at you for a moment. Like, we have a druid in the party. Really?
Well, I didn't ask him. Just, he's a bear right now, so I'm just saying.
You're still understood.
Brasnic.
Touche.
What do you feel about the situation here?
I'm glad Gok is improving, but I can deal without the confetti.
Yeah, more confetti on you.
It's a valid assessment.
Yeah.
I'm just really glad it's not like powder or glitter, because that takes forever to get off, and I have a magnificent beard. I don't want to have to sit there and comb for hours on end.
Oh man. It's confetti with glitter on it.
The horror, just the untold horror. Glitter never. I'm gonna move there, pull out a dagger, and wait for hold my action to chug it once one of those twiggy bastards come within distance of an ally.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your turn.
The action. Yin Yang. You have found your. So we'll say that you kind of like fell to the ground, so you'd be prone at the moment, but you are free of the snare, and you have some health back.
Yeah, I'm kind of just gonna get up. I guess for half my movement and step forward and collect my dart from the one twig blight that I actually managed to hit. The other one I gotta get out of Alardro still.
Yeah, that probably would have just fell out of his fur over here somewhere.
Well, I'm not gonna worry about going over there right now. We're in a fight. If I remember to come back for it afterwards, I'm gonna grab the one right here. Can I use my free action to do that?
Sure.
Just to grab the dart.
Yeah.
Alright, so have my move. That's 5. You know, I'm gonna use my action to look for more of these bloody snares. Can I try that again?
Yeah, go ahead and roll intelligence with advantage. Alright. You kind of like look around for a little bit. You could see that there does seem to be one more of those right over here, but that seems to be the only one.
And no more going forward? That I can see
Not
ahead of me
within
one?
the range of your vision, no.
Alright, so 5. I think using last of my movement, their slip through Brasnic would put me right there.
Okay.
And I can use my free action, so I'll just pretty much kind of just like peek around, hide behind the tree.
You want to light it on fire?
I've already used my free action.
Well, that's a free action, not a bonus action.
I already used my free action.
But he also, his last torch, he dropped into this bush over here. When he
Oh, you
got
dropped
snared.
into the bush?
So that one would have been consumed by the fire by now.
Did you drop it in, or did you light it?
Well, he was lighting it with his bonus action, but then the snare got him.
Gotcha.
technically you probably wouldn't have your eyesight right now unless you want to light another torch.
I'm still holding mine. The torch that I've been using to set the trees on fire, unless it's burned out in 30 or 40 seconds.
No, well, I had said that when you got this one on fire and you got in that first snare, that you had dropped it into the bush. But I suppose I should have made you roll for that.
My bad. It's cool. I'll just light up another one. Oh, I can't. So, yeah, I guess the light that's on me shouldn't be there at the moment.
Yeah,
But I mean,
it's okay.
and I guess that's pretty much the end of my turn.
Okay. So these guys are going to rush forward, and they both run in to attack Grybek, so go ahead and roll that held action for Brasnic.
This one first, okay?
Okay.
And dagger. And miss. Go sailing off into the darkness.
Okay. Your daggers definitely go sailing off into the darkness. And yet more twig bites are coming to get you. I mean, I have to say you guys are doing pretty well here. For the amount of these bastards I've read. Okay,
Although,
so...
as a suggestion, the people who know magic, someone learn AoE magic.
I have one spell that can do that.
So 2 of these twig bites hit the dwarf as they come rushing up at him. You see him kind of like drop down in his stance. He holds the shield up and holds his hammer at the ready and bravely kind of takes their charge. As they're just clawing at him, you can hear their claws just scraping across his shield, scraping across his armor. You do the first hit, you hear as he kind of grunts from the first one. At the second one, you hear as he kind of screams out a little bit. You can tell the hits are starting to add up a little on the tough dwarf. Okay. That is going to be the end of the twig bite's turn. Red Tool. You see the dwarf getting swarmed. Yeah, difficult to pass through all of that stuff right there, unless you go around. Alright, smash. That's gonna be 30 right there. You're gonna throw it past the one right in front of you. Alright. Let's see. Oh, as you lash out with the bear trap, it actually the bear trap goes out, but as you're trying to pull it back, it actually catches on it actually catches on the twig blight, and you see it just kind of move one of its arms, and it actually yanks the rope out of your grasp. You do still have a bonus action. basically caught your bear trap and yanked it out of your grasp. But you do smash this one into smithereens right in front of it, stare menacingly at the one that is now kind of tangled up with your bear trap. Indeed. Indeed you do, sir. And I believe that is the end of your movement. So we will get to Grybek as he sees the big orc come in to bolster him. Let's see. He is going to swing out again. Oh. And growling in resilience, he just smashes out as this creature actually with such fury that it smashes this one, and then his blow continues on to smash this one as well. As he kind of pulls his hammer back and sets himself back into his guarded position, splinters flying around him. He looks at the other one in furious wrath as you see the war cleric coming into his own. See him come over, and he looks like he's about to try and heal the dwarf, but then he kind of holds back and kind of looks around at the party, and he says, I've only got one left. And then that's going to be his turn.
Can I move like this?
Yeah. It'd be difficult terrain to get through there. That'd only cost you.
Be 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll take a
15, but close enough.
oak swipe on this one.
Yeah, get him. Nice. Definitely smash this one to pieces. As the party feels the inspiration of the dwarf's resilience.
And then I'll keep moving. I see something here. I can't tell what it is, but it's dark. But I'm gonna make my second attack with my bite.
Go for it. Roll
Should
the
be
disadvantage.
Is it? It is at disadvantage.
Yeah. You can't. You said you can't see it, right?
Right, but I can smell it. I have keen sense. Or keen.
Yeah. No. Go ahead and roll that without disadvantage. So that's 17. Would be good. So 12 points.
Yep.
Yeah, and also being a druid, you definitely understand, the smells of nature and all that. You have a very intimate relationship with that. So I would definitely give you that. So yeah, you kind of bite into this creature and kind of shake your bare head back and forth as you feel it just the might of your bare form just instantly just shreds this branch-like creature into pieces.
And then I'm gonna make my last 5 feet and move back a little bit.
All right. Gok.
Okay. Gonna move up a bit. Okay, and I'm gonna shoot this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And this time I'll put, if I do hit something, I'll put confetti on Yin Yang.
Okay. 16 is gonna hit. All right.
Oh, okay, ignore the 10, it's just 6.
Okay. Again, the fury of Gok is manifest as he incinerates, blasts another one of these twig blights into flying splinters, and then turns and throws confetti on Yin Yang.
Yeah. then I'm gonna say, man, oh, this is just clean up now, am I right, guys? Oof. I mean, and I am beat. This is a great moment for everybody. I'm just gonna be beaming.
But mostly for Gok.
Yeah. Beaming as much as a goblin can. That's the end of my turn.
All right, Brasnic. You are witness.
Blasted confetti.
You are witness to all of this.
Move there. Bonus action to dash, so I can go there. That's 40 feet. 10 feet left. Alright, just in range. Go ahead and pull another deck. Down. This will be my fourth one. And hurl it at the yeah, this guy.
Okay.
This guy.
That guy.
Dagger.
Dagger. And
23.
23 is definitely going to hit that guy.
7?
Yeah, it's your dagger. It almost even punches through the creature, right through its wooden heart. And you see it just kind of crumpling on itself and then just fall over to a pile of branches.
And then I'll finish my movement ducking behind this bush.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right. Yin Yang. You're covered in confetti. There's glitter too.
I guess I'll start moving forward. 5. Oh, I'm gonna light a torch. 10, 15.
Okay.
20. 25. 30.
You're delving ever deeper into the grove.
45. 50. And I'll see a few of them more, and I will ready an attack for when one gets within range
Okay.
with my bow staff.
All right. As mentioned, you see yet more of these things rushing up out of the darkness.
I guess as the first one steps forward, I'll just crack it with the staff.
Okay. All right. You definitely, as that first one steps up to you, you're able to lash out against the creature and smash it with your weapon. Let's see. It is going to try and attack you at the same time that you're attacking it. Oof.
Yeah, that hits.
And then the second one steps up, and it also attacks you. For 7 points of damage total. Ooh, again, as the claws rake across your body, you find yourself bleeding from a dozen wounds. You fall back, very severely weakened. Ratul, you hear Yin Yang scream out ahead of you.
Kind of just sitting there, blood dripping out of his mouth with a grin on his face. He loves to fight, and this is as dangerous as it is.
It's wrong that I want to just be like tis humans.
Over twig diff.
What does that mean?
It's a difficult terrain.
Oh no, it's just a pile of branches. You're good. Smash. That is not quite going to be enough to hit. As you come in, it's still kind of tangled with Yin Yang. Afraid to strike your friend, you kind of throw off your punch just enough. The second one, however, is definitely enough to smash the creature. Easily done with that 10 points of damage. As you look over, Yin Yang kind of like leans against you, kind of stumbles. You can tell that he is seriously hurt. Bravely tells you he's okay. Is that the end of your turn, sir? Alright. You see the dwarf kind of growl as he too steps forward. Let's see. As he gets to there, is going to Sacred Flame this bastard. Oh man. Okay. Again, the Twig Bite, inherent fear of the fire helps him to evade the magical attack. That's going to be 10, 15, 20, 25. That's enough. He also tries to Sacred Flame the Twig Blight. And this time the creature explodes into magical fire. I think Arky's just better with the magic than old Grybek is. Grybek's definitely got him with the melee though. Balances out. Okay. So we are at the top of the order at 18. It does see you as this last one kind of explodes into fire. You hear the crackling of the flames, and as they slowly die out, you hear almost the silence kind of descend upon you and over the grove. And after a few moments, off in the distance, you just hear this. Well, come on then. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. It's going to be just a 2-minute break, so guys, please go grab a drink, go take a pee, whatever you got to do there real quick. I am going to have a little quick bio session myself, and we will be back to pick up the next part of this encounter. We're going to see what happens here.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, we're in it, fellas. We're in it. So yeah, we will be back here in 2 and 2.
Okay.
backward tool.
I am back. Is everybody else back?
Yeah, I just came back.
Yep.
I'm here as well.
Okay. Brasnic and Alardro?
Yep.
Soon. Alright, and red tools back as well. Alright, so you guys have left a field of dead twig blights behind you. And you can see that this burning bonfire has actually started to set some of these twig blights on fire. This whole brush over here, in fact, is now pretty solidly catching a blaze. So let's do one of these. Here. A little toasty thaumaturgy. So you could see that this blaze is definitely starting to spread amongst the bodies of all of these twig blights behind you. Now, Gok, you can kind of feel the presence of this more than the others who are further away.
Yeah, I can see that. It's like two miniature suns.
Okay. So, let's, is Brasnic back?
Yep, I'm here.
Let's go ahead and pick up at the top of the order with Alardro.
I'm going to go here with my movement, and because I can't see any further, I don't see any like things in the shadows. I'm gonna hold my action to attack anything that comes near me, or attacks one of my. Yeah, anything that would come near me, just camp.
Okay. Go
Can
ahead
you
and
dash?
roll perception with advantage.
Is it based on smell?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. That should be good enough. You actually catch a whiff, a sudden whiff of goblin, and it seems like it's kind of coming from somewhere. You just kind of caught it as you were walking up to this wall here.
Interesting. I still can't see that in that direction, so I'm gonna hold, and I'm gonna point, like direct myself in that direction. Let's see where is the. I'm gonna like try and get everyone's attention at this direction. But you was this? Wait, no. All right, where you go? Oh, I can't turn it all the way. Okay. Well, I'll just try and get everyone's attention that I like smell something. I'll try and make it obvious.
Okay. So the rest of you definitely notice the bear seems to be. Are you making noise about it, or are you just kind of?
Yeah, I'm making like sniffing noises that are pretty loud.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. You just kind of start sniffing around. Anybody else want to roll a perception check to see if they kind of see what this bear is doing over here? And Yin Yang is definitely kind of. What are you doing with your 1 hit point over there?
I'm breathing pretty heavy, kind of just. I guess I just slump over for a second and just sit there for a minute.
Yeah, Erky actually comes over and he says, "Well, oh, I've got you. Hold on." And he kind of like helps you, kind of guides you down to a seated position. As you're kind of getting comfortable, well, not comfortable, but as getting in a seated position, you can see the priestly magic start emanating from his hands. And he says, "Well, it's the last I've got. But I'm glad
Even alive, Sarah.
Glad I could help keep you alive, sir."
Well, it's not over yet. We got one big baddie still left to take care of.
He kind of looks around the party. He's like, "Oh shit, we got it in us right now."
Do we have much of a choice? He knows we're here.
Okay. Gok. You're definitely noticing this blaze catching behind you.
Just because it seems like it might be a problem considering how many big blights we killed.
Yeah, you're basically standing. You look at this fire, and then you look at all of the dead twig lights around you, and realize that you are standing in the middle of a tinder field.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move close to everybody first before I get intimidated.
Okay.
Think like here's good. I'm gonna tell everybody, hey, guys, there's like this massive fire that is right behind us. And I think it's going. Maybe we shouldn't have killed things made of wood, because now it seems like it's getting this massive fire. Oh yeah, that looks really bad. I think we may have cut off our own path of escape. That makes sense.
It seemed good at the time.
There's no way back. Only way is through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just look at Erky real quick. There's your answer.
Well, I think that's. I mean, I'm probably. No, I should have said that first. I was gonna use my bonus action to sprint. Well, actually, I can't use it for that, so I would sprint, but then I wouldn't be able to do anything. Probably just go up to Retool to try to just get away from all the vegetation.
Okay.
Don't wanna like get burned right now. But I warned everybody about it, so I'm pretty good.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Brasnic. Did you roll a perception check?
Nope, I did. Perception. 18.
All right. You definitely see this bear over here kind of pawing at this wall. It's trying to tell somebody something.
Alright. Let's move away from the branching fire. Hey, there's a guy.
As you come around the corner, you do see a goblin kind of sitting there, and it's holding a short sword in its hand, and it's kind of like, it has a short bow in its other hand, and you can see that it seems to be debating on whether or not it wants to run away or attack. It does seem like it's kind of steeling itself for one of the decisions there. As you come around the corner, it kind of looks over at you just as you're noticing it, both in that same moment of surprise. And then it jumps up and starts running at you.
Oh, of course.
Is there anything you'd like to do?
Yeah, I think 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I'll get a moment. So he wants to engage, let's engage.
Okay.
For the Lord! I'm also going to pull out another dagger. I
Okay.
have 2 weapons, so sword to the first.
Oh.
And badly missed.
Oh no. Okay. Interesting. Let's do one of these. We're gonna want to roll 10 or higher. Okay. So you stab out at this goblin, and it is actually able to kind of deflect your sword in such a way that your momentum kind of takes the sword right into the stone wall, where it kind of catches this niche, and it kind of puts so much pressure on the blade, and from the force of your own swing, it actually kind of snaps it off right at the hilt.
Bitch back. As I use the dagger in my hand to try to attack.
Okay.
And drop the hilt because hilt. God damn it. 13?
13 is not going to quite be enough to hit, as you kind of just the awkward stance that it puts you in, feeling your blade snap. You try and swing back, but it's just not quite enough to hit the goblin.
Damn. Well,
That was the
done all I can.
okay. Ratul, you hear the scuffle. You definitely hear the sounds of a battle. You hear the sound of a broken sword as it patang that ping of the broken metal kind of rings through the air. Yeah, I'd say it's like crumbling stone. So I mean, it's gonna be, 5 feet high at best. Maybe 6 in places. Just it's like a crumbling wall. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it'd be like difficult terrain for you. So you climb over and you actually jump down basically right on top of this goblin. He pulls elbow off the wall. I mean, off the corner turnbuckle. Let's do this. Man, I wish you were in voice chat for this. This is so epic. Oh no. Okay, so you get up on the wall, you're easily able to get up on top of the wall, and you kind of, as you hit the elbow and you go to fucking slam down on the creature, and it just looks up at you with these huge, wide, horrified eyes. As you come down with a giant elbow, it definitely kind of rolls out of the way, comes back up, and it's still kind of looking at you. As you hit the ground and you're able to kind of use the momentum to roll up to your feet. And it's just kind of sharing this space with you and just kind of looking up at you as you kind of just like slowly rise back up to your feet, just towering over this creature. Okay, go for it. Definitely. As you're kind of rising up, it's just looking at you with these horrified eyes. You just straight front kick right to the chest of this creature, and it slams backwards and hits the wall with such a force you can actually see its body kind of crumple against the wall as its bones smash. It kind of like falls down to its knees, and you see it just like. Just kind of like barely breathing, very broken. I hear the sound of a goblin that wishes to die. Not today. Grybek comes over and tries to take a swing at the goblin, but just doesn't quite have it. Well, this goblin doesn't even need an intelligence check on this one. He just kind of like throws down his weapons, just kind of like weakly holds up a hand, like, trying to plead you guys off of killing him, just kind of like looking up at you with like broken and tired eyes. And it speaks out in Goblin. And anyone that can understand the language hears this as, no care, no care. Sorry, go ahead.
Like, you have to agree to become Gok Sour Gut's minion, and then you get to live.
Oh.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Erky Timbers does he puts his arm under Yin Yang, kind of helps Yin Yang up to his feet, and says, "All right, one last little effort. We've all got to find that second wind." He kind of moves forward.
Can I say anything in response before he moves away?
Yeah.
If we don't want this fire to catch us, I think we should try to move these twigs out of the way. Because if not, the fire's just going to follow us down the hallway. These things are in close proximity to each other. It'll just keep chasing us.
He kind of like looks around at the mess around you guys. I don't know what we could do about it right now. you do feel like it would take quite, a little bit of time to kind of clear out any of this mess. Where the that's actually an entangle spell. I just threw that out there just to kind of give you an idea of where the tangled mass is.
Gotcha.
Each one of those squares would probably take each character a round to clear, just to put it in perspective. He does kind of start moving out of the way. He's actually going to go this way. And he says, I think we better just get clear.
Okay.
I mean, he definitely recognizes that going back is quickly not becoming an option anymore. At least not right now.
Yeah, I was just trying to stop the fire from following us.
Alardro.
How far has the light gotten from the fire from back here?
I mean, probably not too much further than where it is now, but as it consumes this mass, it's definitely going to grow. Let me put out another couple torches here.
I think I'm just gonna. Oh, oops. I'm not moving like that. Sorry, the mouse is just. I'm gonna go here and I guess end my turn because it's as far as I can see. And I'll attack anything that comes close to me as a reaction, as my held action.
Okay. So you'd be able to see about that far from the fire, but it's definitely going to keep consuming all of this tangled mass here, and so I'll keep updating the light as it goes.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Gok. So you hear this. You hear a goblin voice, say, no kill, and then you also hear Brasnic's response.
Did I hear the thing that Brasnic said?
Yeah, you definitely hear him say something about a servant for you.
And, I'm just gonna run in here. It's just like...
Jazz hands!
Where? I'm here. Where?
You see the goblin kind of looks over at you, obviously full of fear at this point, kind of looks at you and sees the strange clothing that you're wearing, and just kind of looks at you in confusion for a moment.
Oh. What? What are you looking at?
Yeah, he kind of ducks his eyes, averts his eyes. Sorry. No hurt.
No, I'm not going to hurt you. Gotta be... Look, you're going to get a new kind of employment. It's, as my friend said, you're gonna have a wonderful opportunity if you're with me and the rest of my gang. Although, well, more like, party members.
He kind of looks around as you're talking, and in Goblin he says, "They serve Great Goblin."
I'm gonna tell. Yes, they serve the Great Goblin. Yeah, they serve me. No. Sorry, Billy.
Who else speaks Goblin here? Anyone?
Maybe Ratu?
I don't know if he does. I know Erky.
Actually, I speak Goblin.
Oh, Brasnic understands.
So Brasnic, you totally understand this exchange is happening. So he kind of looks at the dwarf and looks up at the big orc and kind of looks at you with more respect. You not serve big orc?
No,
break
I don't,
it.
sir.
Break in with Goblin. Yeah, yes, our master Goblin. No, sir, the big orc. There's just like sarcasm dripping off my words so hard while I stare at.
The goblin definitely does not pick up on your sarcasm and totally believes you, and kind of like looks all at you, but then like looks back at Gok with much more respect in his eyes. Great goblin, great goblin. Luck served well.
Good, good. Now you just need to tell us. Did you see your boss? Your past boss?
You mean Belak?
Wait, what?
Belak.
What's a Belak? Is that a key or like a person?
Belak Druid.
Wait, we need a druid to get to him?
He kind of looks over at the dwarf. And for a second, just kind of like, are you sure he's the leader? Almost kind of a look.
Oh my gosh.
And
Oh my gosh.
looks back and he says, Belak is Druid.
What? No, I want to know where he is, for goodness sakes. Yes. I know he's the druid. Just tell me, where's your boss? Is he ahead of us? Behind us? Or where? No?
You see him kind of glance over his shoulder in this direction.
Okay.
Great
Thank you.
Goblin, you forget his boss is standing right behind the giant orc now.
Yeah. Keep forgetting that. Gotta give me straight answers here. You're gonna be one of my employees.
Druid at tree. Druid always at tree.
Oh, he's at the tree, huh? Is there anybody else there? If your companions? Or previous allies? Or is it guarded? Or is it just him?
No.
No, was it just him? Or no, that he's doesn't have anybody guarding him?
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Okay.
And anyone who's standing here is welcome to do that. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, anyone
I
who's
guess
standing here and
Brasnic.
can understand the language is welcome to roll an insight check. You can understand some body language. I would say an insight check with disadvantage if you want to.
oh.
Let's see. Does Grybek speak Common, Dwarvish, and Elvish?
You're all making inside checks or just them?
No, you can. You speak the language.
Insights. Big one.
Oh yeah. You can definitely tell that he's like holding back information.
So it's still in Goblin. Great Goblin, this one not so truthful. Maybe we bleed him. Just a bit. As I, touch the tip, clean my fingernails with the dagger.
No hurt, Uluk. No hurt, Uluk.
Tell us the truth if you wish to be with the great Gok.
Oh, Gok, mighty and powerful.
Exactly. You need to be truthful and face the wrath of Gok. I'm gonna wave my spear.
He kind of like hunches his head down in his shoulders a little bit. Druid capture humans before you.
He captured humans?
Yes.
Okay, well, is he surrounded by humans? Is he? heal?
He holds up 3 fingers and he says, "Shoe humans."
I mean, Gok's pretty thick, but at least he kind of knows his numbers.
Clearly, you're more intelligent than this goblin.
Yeah, I'm at least more intelligent. But you mean 3, right? You have like 3 of your digits up there. Unless you actually mean 2. Just saying, this is very important.
Human with sword and human female.
Oh.
Switching back to comments of the rest of the group. Yeah, so our druid guy still has 2 of those adventurers, probably. Either captured or under thrall or whatever.
You see him kind of like tapping at his face a little bit. The goblin.
Oh. Is it to me?
He's just like, kind of, looking down almost a little bit, and he's like tapping at his face, and he says, they like human, but not like human. Like twig blight.
Plant
What?
people?
Like human, but like twig blight too.
He's corrupted them.
Oh, he did? Oh shit, I didn't know they could do that. Okay, I mean, yeah. Right.
Is
okay,
Alardro,
so you mean that they're plant people?
I guess Alardro can't understand this kind of.
Nope.
Well, I'm gonna go inform him because he's our resident druid hearing that. So even though you're still in best form, it's like run on for Alardro. Hey, adventurers are probably. I give him the entire spiel.
You can see as he kind of sits on his back paws and like scratches his face with his big claws, and he's like nodding along with his like big old nose, like right in your face almost. No, sorry, he's sitting up. He's probably like 6 feet tall, so he's like towering above you, and he's like nodding along. And when you say like the humans have like twig blight characteristic, he's gonna like his lips are gonna like go up, and you can see like the big old bare teeth, like bared.
Go ahead and roll a nature check, Mr. Alardro. Okay. You're not sure exactly what's going on here, but it does remind you of the rat that you killed in the other room. And you remember that there were the boils, the tumors on the rat that seemed to be some sort of twig blight disease or something. You're not really sure what was going on there, but it definitely looked woody and almost the same kind of wooden structure as these twig blights you've been killing over here.
I'm gonna once I finish hearing that, I'm gonna get back onto all fours and like start pointing at trying to sniff out if I can smell any humans nearby.
Okay. Roll investigation. And we'll give you advantage on that. Okay. You do smell human. It's a very dark, kind of earthy, musky kind of a smell. It's definitely got this unnatural wooden characteristic to it, but it's like intermingled with human as well.
I'm gonna like start like trying to get his attention. I'm gonna lift one of my paws up and like kind of try and point in the direction.
Okay. You also get, as you're kind of turning away, you kind of get this secondary smell, this like underlying tone of decay, of slight, very slight amount of rot, but more of an old, kind of a wet, moldy kind of a smell. This is also intermingled with a human scent. So, this goblin is definitely over here, and as he's kind of tapping his face, as Brasnic kind of runs off to grab Alardro, are you trying to get the bear to come back and be a part of this conversation, or what were you doing there?
I just want to inform to see if he had any insights. I don't know if he can lose the bear form or not, so I'm just sort of waiting for some type of like shooing motion or him turning back.
Well, I point in the direction of those people, and I like do my best to communicate, but it's kind of a bear just like pointing.
Roll an intelligence check, Brasnic.
All right. $18.
18. Yeah, you definitely can understand that he is trying to tell you that, as you mention the people and what's going on with what the goblin says, you see the bear kind of, sniff, just very lightly in the direction, and then he just kind of a deep grumble leaves his massive chest, and you understand that he thinks he's identified or can at least smell the individuals you're talking about.
All right, time to tell the rest of the group. Yang, of course, already knows. Hey, Gok.
Yes.
And everyone else. I've clued in Alardro, and I think he's caught the scent of either the druid or the two humans. So, go time.
Agreed.
See, Grybek kind of looks around the party. Says, "I'm all out of magic except for my most basic spells."
Oh, that's right. Erky's probably running low too.
We don't really have time to stop, though, do we?
Oh, we can't go back. So,
Which actually begs the question, how long was this conversation taking, and how far has the fire come along?
That is a good question, because the fire is definitely going to be increasing very rapidly. These twig-like creatures are definitely extremely flammable. And this fire, you can see, is definitely quickly catching and racing across their dead bodies over here.
hot foot, time to leave.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody, yep, we gotta move.
Gonna take my minion with me?
I didn't realize they were so close. People are right there.
So as you're moving forward, go ahead and roll a stealth check, both Ratul and Brasnic. Do you stop right where you are when you see figures up ahead?
Oh, hell yeah. I freeze.
So
Duck
Ratul,
behind
you
me.
kind of bump into Brasnic as he like stops dead in his tracks right ahead of you. Brasnic got that. Everybody stopped moving. You got that 15 on the stealth for Alardro and Ratul as well.
Sorry, I had to move. Well, I guess I could have. Was I here? I thought I can't see anything, so
Yeah.
I just moved. Oh, no, I can. Sorry, it was just a weird lighting
Yeah,
situation.
as soon as Yin Yang comes up, you'd be able to see what his torch reveals.
Okay.
Brasnic freeze and like put a finger to his lip while holding the other hand out in the stop motion.
Okay.
And I get joined a little bit as the giant orc knocks into me.
Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth on Red Tool. Yin Yang, roll stealth, and Alardro, roll stealth. Bunch of stealthy motherfuckers. Okay. I mean, they know something is up, but they don't know exactly where you are. So. Okay, so back to Gok. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
Let's see, persuasion. That's a thing, right?
Yeah.
It
Sure.
is. Go ahead and roll
What
that.
am I making this roll for?
Actually, your choice. Go ahead and roll persuasion or intimidation. And this is to see if this goblin is going to accept your leadership.
I'm going to roll intimidation.
Of course you are. What do you say to this goblin to convince it to join your cause?
Oh, shit. Do I take the 5 or the 22?
Oh my god. You are
Wow.
the best. I love you. I just love you.
Man, that was my highest stat, too.
It is going to be that 5, the natural one.
Okay.
So
yeah.
what is it that you say to this goblin to try and intimidate it into being your loyal follower?
Well, I had an idea of what I was gonna say, but considering I rolled a 1,
No, let's hear
that's
it.
what I actually say. Yeah. Could you just come with us right now? I think there's some real shiz going down. That's it goes from intimidating to just being sounding like I'm intimidated. Yeah.
Okay. You see him just kind of looking at you for a second, and he immediately reaches over, grabs his short sword, and tries to stab you.
Of course.
Or scimitar, excuse me. And he slashes out. As he does so, you actually see Grybek, who's been standing there the whole time, immediately swings out with his hammer like he's been waiting for this goblin to do something, and just caves its freaking skull in. But you do still take that 3 points of damage from the scimitar. As Gok screams out from the blade slicing across his stomach.
Okay. Well, that was... man. Yeah, talking sure failed. Really badly. Look, I could have done it.
That
I think.
one, dude.
Yeah, I know. I could have done if I hadn't rolled that.
That was terrible. I feel like it's pretty on point for your character, though.
I think it's like the universe just doesn't want me to have a lackey at all.
I mean, we'll get there, Gok. You're still second level.
Yeah.
All in due time, my friend.
Well, you're right.
Okay, so that just happened. Let's get that goblin out of that turn order because he clearly just got waffle stomped by the dwarf cleric. You're right, it is Gok. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, seriously. V, I'll take that.
So, Brasnic, what do you see from where you are?
I can see a druid, man, and a woman, and half of. Okay, a quarter of a tree. And that's a really big fucking tree.
Mm-hmm.
If
It is a very large tree, and you can see from your limited viewpoint of it that it is indeed extremely. The trunk itself is jet black. Well, let me tell you.
oh, with dark vision, that's it's just like a black silhouette.
So you see that a walled clearing is here among the briars. The walls are about 20 feet high, which is less than half the height of the cavern ceiling. Several varieties of plants grow around the perimeter of the clearing, including a few suspicious-looking saplings. But their importance pales before that which stands at the courtyard center. Beneath the fungal light grows an evil tree. Its blackened, twisted limbs reach upward like a skeletal hand clawing its way out of the earth. Before it stand a few twig blights, a heavily armored young human male with a shield and sword, a blonde young human woman in a robe fit for a noble, and something beyond. Seems to be hunched over some sort, almost like a pile of refuse. You can see that the younger humans have black eyes and gray skin that almost looks like the texture of bark. And as you're watching, you see this mound behind them start to kind of just move a little bit. You're like flump, flump, flump. As you see it start to shift and slowly start to arc upwards as you recognize that a figure is there. And you see this figure with its back towards you. You can see the mottled gray robes look like they were once almost a dark brown, but they have faded with time and decay. You can see that there seems to be clumps of dirt dropping off of this figure as it stands upward. As it turns, you can see it almost looks like something is growing up and out of the body. Roll a perception check. Can Ratul see that far? Okay, so this is just for Brasnic. Go ahead and roll a perception check on Brasnic.
Alright, perception check. 98.
Okay. So as you're kind of watching this happen in almost a mild horror, you can see that it almost looks like mushrooms of all kinds of different shapes and varieties seem to be sprouting up and off of this human-like form as it kind of stands upward and starts turning towards you. And you can see that they seem to be sprouting up and coming to full bloom in their mushroom life cycle and then dying off again. And this keeps happening at different points in his body as these things grow up and bloom and then die off again. And as it the man turns towards you, you see a big giant mushroom kind of grow out of his cheek, and it extends outward a little bit and then comes to full bloom. And as it dies off, you see the ice cold blue eyes staring at you. Welcome. And so reveals Belloc, the druid. So stands
Yes,
revealed
Lord.
Well,
Sir Bradford. And so stands revealed. Sharwin Hukriel. Those of you who have collected the Hukriel items, I think someone had a ring and someone got the armor. You recognize on her robes a clasp that bears the same symbol, the same house mark.
I think I have her ring. I don't see her, so who cares?
So. Let's do this.
Who's going where?
Are we re-rolling initiative?
We are. I was actually just about to clear that out. Everybody go ahead and grab your tokens again.
Yeah, okay.
I think I've made the initiative button so you can grab your token, and the initiative button should pop up in the top left of your screen.
Roll a new initiative?
But if it doesn't, then just go ahead and open up your character sheet and do it that way. Yeah, make sure you grab that token.
Wow, 16 again.
I went from high to low.
Yeah.
Tool's gonna go next. Okay. Interesting. So. What time is it? It's already 8:52. So you see this woman, I guess Brasnic, you would see this woman kind of step forward, kind of woodenly, in front of this druid, and she kind of raises up. You see that she seems to be holding a wand in each of her hands. She raises up her left arm and kind of points it in your direction, and she utters this command word, and you see suddenly in front of you the ground start to kind of quiver a little bit, as all of a sudden you see poking out of the earth in spots all around you. Suddenly you see these vines start to grow and reach up out of the earth all around you, and they almost seem to take on a life of their own as grasping vines suddenly reach out towards your feet and try and entangle you.
Shit.
So,
Strength save for me?
it is. Yeah, strength saving throw or be restrained.
I'm restrained.
Okay. So, Red Tool, you see right in front of you the same thing as all of these plants start growing up out of the ground and grabbing a hold of Brasnic. You see them growing up around his legs. They reach up around his midsection and grab onto his arms. You see him wrapping up and over his shoulders as they start trying to drag him down towards the earth. You see him wrapping up and around his head. They seem to be trying to close off his mouth and his breathing. And that, I believe, is where we're going to end it for tonight. We are going to pick this up next week at our regular time. We may even be able to start getting going at 5:30. You know, we'll see what happens as the weeks progress here. I am super fucking excited. We are literally in the biscuits. We got the gravy boiling and it's ready to get to feasting. This is going to be super awesome. I'm definitely super excited about this. This is our 13th week playing through this dungeon, and I think it's super fitting to end it off on this final battle here with Bilak the Outcast and his minions. This is going to be a fight, I can tell you right now. I am definitely super excited. I hope you guys are super excited to play through this. I cannot wait to get into this. This is going to be... yeah. No rages, no spells. Everybody is hurting already. And I can tell you right now, this guy's pretty mean. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we have all hands on decks next week. And,
time to get those scrolls out then.
It's time to pull out all the bells, all the whistles, or anything you got, because this is going to be a fight. So I'm super excited. I hope I didn't even have Twitch up tonight, so I'm not really sure if anyone was hanging out with us. But if you were, totally thanks for hanging out with us. I'd love to see this thing keep growing. This team's going to be together for a while, and I really love telling stories with these guys. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, please keep watching us and tell your friends and have them come hang out because it's a lot of fun telling these stories. So on that note, again, I cannot wait to get into this fight. The dwarfs stepped right into it. God damn it, Brasnic.
I'm usually more cautious than this, but that was fire. Don't blame me. I didn't set anything up.
This is going to be good. So on that note, we will be signing off for the night. Good night, everyone. Please come and catch us again next week. Once this is done, we'll start gearing up towards the next big adventure, and we'll see where this arc takes us. It's going to be sweet. But yeah, I'm super excited. So you guys have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Good night.
Night.